Welcome back, golfers. Today we're going to work on one of the secrets the pros use to allow their hips to lead through the impact zone. You're not going to want to miss this one. Stick around. Golfers, if you've been watching my channel, we've been working hard on creating the right footwork to allow our upper body to be almost secondary in the movement. So today we're going to hit an important aspect. If your footwork is working the way we want it to, and you're driving through that trail foot and not getting stuck into the left side, then falling back into the right foot, then you're ready for the next step in your progression. If you haven't got that trail foot drive down, then I'm going to put a couple videos up in the corner for you to check out, and those will help you get onto the right track so you can hit this next step. So the next step, and the secret to what the pros do, is what we call X factor, or upper body, lower body separation. Both those terms are what we talk about when we think about what the hips are doing versus what the shoulders are doing. All right, so another way to think about the way that your body's moving is it starts parallel hips and shoulders. As you take the club back, you create a twist in the body. Now what we don't want to do when we get to the backswing is to release that energy of that twist as we come into the golf ball and stack our hips and our shoulders back up where they were originally. What we want to do it differently is to take it back, create that twist, and now as we come back down, we're going to maintain that twist and then release it through the golf ball to our finish. Amateurs' biggest issue is they release the twist on their downswing. The pros, the reason why they're so good and their swings are so pretty to watch is they untwist their body through the golf ball and to the finish. They're on this side, you're probably on this side of that twist in the body. So this is a key element we got to get past, and we're going to work on it today. I'm going to give you the 3 elements now that have to happen before you're able to create that coiled position and then maintain the coiled position all the way into impact before you start releasing it. So step 1, your setup has to be good. You have to be in a good setup position, meaning 4 key elements: aim, grip, stance, and posture. Everything has to be set up in a way that's not going to cause you to have to manipulate from the top to square up the face at the bottom. And those aspects are alignment, number 1. If your alignment is aiming way out in front of you, when you're trying to hit the golf ball over there, then you're going to have to twist from the top to change path. So you got to make sure your alignment is sitting parallel to your swing path while you're swinging. So the next element in the setup that can really throw you off to make this not happen properly is your grip. If your lead hand grip is too weak, then the face is going to be open, and then you're going to want to throw the club through the trail side, and that's going to make it difficult to maintain your coil. Same thing as if your grip is too strong and you get into a position that is shut at the top and you drop the club back behind you, and that's going to put you in a stuck position, you're probably going to try to spin through the shoulders to try to get that path closer to on plane. So a nice neutral grip, V's going towards the trail shoulder, both hands. It's a good place to start. If your hands get further ahead into that position, you see a lot of the tour players, you're okay to go stronger with your grip. If you see yourself like this at impact, probably want to check your grip and make sure it's strong enough. Element number 2, and this is the big one which I talked about. If you're not getting this, check out some of my other videos on footwork to get this down. But element number 2 is if you're not getting that pressure all the way into that trail leg, that trail glute, so you can drive and learn to push energy through the ground to allow your body to uncoil and rotate. Like if you're gonna throw a ball, it's there. It's the same idea when you're up to the top and you're pushing and driving. It's gonna allow your center of your body, your core, to be the big rotator in your body, using the ground forces through your trail foot, which will allow the rotation to happen through the first move. If the rotation's not happening through the bottom and the trail foot, then the rotation's gonna come from the shoulders. It just defaults naturally that way. Or if you fall back into your trail foot, the first move you're gonna make, because you're in a weaker position, you don't have that trail foot to drive from, is to spin from the shoulders and try to hit it from that position. Which if you're watching your video, that's you'll probably see that a lot in your movement. So element number 2, get a good load with those hips, get that lead shoulder back inside that trail foot, get that trail glute engaged, and really structure that trail foot all the way across the foot box to the heel, and allow that pressure to get back into that side without swaying that hip. Good load. And then we can drive from that and hold our coil through impact. All right, element number 3, and that is the position we put our arms in the backswing. So when we're taking, if you put the club in your trail hand and you move your elbow up in front of you, what we're looking for is the elbow to work up with like a 90 to 100 degree angle from the shoulders. What we don't want is this, where the bicep upper part of the arm works across the shoulders and you get stuck back here, because then you have to try to throw and rotate the shoulders in order to get out of that position. So as we take it back, body takes the club back. Don't drag the body with those arms. Turn back, creating good width, creating this nice triangle with you can see those elbows aiming down. So this elbow is going to kind of match up with your spine. Your lead arm, elbow is going to aim down. So you got 2 elbows aiming down, flattens out that wrist. It's going to give you this nice width at the top of your swing. If you want to go higher, you can go higher and just push it up there. If you want to stay lower, that's totally fine. Just don't want to see the club back behind your head. I want to see it out in front. And it will feel like the arms are in a weaker position. That's key to allow the body to make the first move. When the body feels too coiled, and this feels like a tight spring in your trail arm, it's gonna want to throw first because you're all tight and tense. So as soon as you contract those muscles and you want to push energy, it's gonna want to throw first, which gets the shoulders initiating from the top down. All right, so we're in our backswing. We created that nice width. Elbows are down, lead and trail elbows are down. And now from there, we drive from that trail foot to make that first initial move into your compression. And then we can release off that, but at the same time continuing that hip rotation to keep the coil of our body to impact before we release the shoulders. What this allows to happen is that your chest feels like it stays back, or the hands feel like they're kind of pushed out and away as you initiate the first move. You're just holding those hands up and away from you, creating all this width in your plane of your swing, and then that translates to allow you to hit better shots. Okay, so we'll go through that. Alignment, number 1. Aim, grip, stance, posture, make sure that's neutral. From there, good turn back. And then we get our hands set. And then the shoulders don't have to spin. We drive from that ground, holding that pressure in that trail foot, and that shifts us into that compression position. Knee works in, and we drive through to the finish, pushing up through our lead heel. So I'm gonna give you a quick drill to allow you to help drive the center midsection through the golf shot and allow the chest to stay back. So the key to this is just the way that we move and how we engage the ground. So if you watch me doing this, what we're gonna look for is I'm gonna pick up my lead foot on the backswing. I'm gonna click my heels and then push my left foot away. So just push your lead foot away after you click that heel. What that's gonna do is allow you to feel how that ground should be adjusting that trail foot, where it's pressured into all the way to that heel, and then it rolls to the front toe box, which allows that knee to come inward and allow the center to start moving. So this is a tough one to do with a golf ball, so maybe a couple practice swings and just feeling, click the heel, push away, click the heel, push away, and you're just trying to keep the chest back when you're doing that. The heel clicker will get your lower body working. And if you get that down, you can start hitting a couple shots with it. And we just go back, rise the takeaway, click the heel, push it away, and then drive on through. It's a tough one to get the sequence of it if you're not used to it. If you're a left foot jumper, being a right-handed golfer or lead side jumper, this is also going to be a difficult one because you have to retrain that trail foot to drive off the ground. All right, second drill I'm going to give you. This is something you just do as a pre-shot routine, or you can even do this at home without a club. But you're just going to put your hands out back in front of you. If you're doing this without a club, I would suggest putting your left hand down, bring your right hand behind, and then rotating up to the top. Okay, but if we have a club in our hands, we'll just put it up there. And then from there, I want you to pick up your foot and just push, keeping the chest back. Trying to keep that shoulder down, try to relax that left shoulder or your lead shoulder, and then you just push, up and push. Your lower body, upper body will feel like it just stabilizes. It moves a touch, but it's moving because the structure down below is moving the core of the movement. Out in front, pick it up, push down. Pick it up, push down. Pick it up, push down, and just relax while you're doing it. Relax that upper body. Relax everything from creating all that tension. Try and get those knees to square up each time before you make that release. This is your transition in your golf swing. It's different than probably what you've been doing. It's going to take a lot of practice to build that muscle memory into your motion. So golfers, this is a tough element. If you need help on this, I do online video support. I do in-person private lessons. This is something that I feel is hard to address through a video, but if you get one-on-one support for this, the changes can make, and it'll dramatically change the performance of your game. It's going to give you that swing, hopefully closer to look like the tour pros. Hopefully you got anything out of this. If you did, think about following the channel. And remember, if your feet aren't working, your swing's not working. Catch you guys next time.